Hi everybody, I'm Brian Wilkerson from MA-Motorsports, and I'm going to show you around our client John's 370Z we just finished up for him. It's a pretty damn cool street car, so check it out. Up front here we have 180 custom headlights. We installed these track spec Motorsports hood vents, which are a really cool modification. Just let all the heat out. Engine bay. The color is not an original color. It's Nardo Gray. It's an Innovatec brand wrap, so it's not paint. And it does have a really cool look. This color looks really good on this car. I like that it has the black hits, you know, the track spec vents, the splitter, the roof is black, and the Nismo wing is black. This is an original Nismo car, so it has the original Nismo rear bumper cover and side skirts, and of course one of the coolest factory wheels ever, these Nismo 5-spokes. And we wrap these wheels in big 305/30 19-inch Toyo R88Rs. So a lot of tire under here, but this car does use every bit of those tires. Inside John's car, the factory Nismo floor mats, factory Nismo steering wheel, and the cool little gauge cluster. We got rid of the early model Nismo sport seats in favor of some Recaro leather reclining seats for him. We also installed Team Tech harnesses. Also still retain the factory seatbelt though. From the cockpit, we've got a Z-Tronics ethanol gauge, Turbo Smart eBoost 2, and a couple controls here. Otherwise, stays pretty original from this view. He does have a custom stereo installed. Just like the last 2 or 3 builds we did, this engine has a MazWorks long block in it. They've been doing a great job on these engines. The build consists of a custom CP piston, about a 10-to-1 compression ratio, Furlow rods, king bearings, ARP main and head studs. It's got the Dart and MID sleeves, and they have their own proprietary install process for that. These engines have been holding up really well for us. Other obvious stuff here, we're trying out the Soho intake manifold. Twin turbo kit is from Fast Intentions, which is our favorite turbo kit. The install just goes so seamless, and it makes all the power you want. This is a stage 2 kit from Fast Intentions. You'll see it has our signature 1,000+ horsepower fuel system, incorporates Injector Dynamics 1700cc injectors, Injector Dynamics fuel filter, all custom XRP braided hoses that we make here in-house. The Fuel Lab fuel pressure regulator back here. It's got an ethanol content sensor hiding under there. Another radium part are these radium catch cans installed here to match the fuel rails. Also a CSF radiator hiding under the cowl here as well. As I mentioned, this car is running flex fuel. It was tuned by Vince up at RT Tuning on red Ignite, so it's like an E90, and then also on pump gas as well. Alright, now I get to show you around underneath of this car. It's a pretty good view of these big old meaty Toyo tires. In the back here we have Fast Intentions exhaust system, which he already had. It's only a 2.5 inch, but that doesn't seem to stop it from making 800 horsepower. It's got one of our Alaria Tech diff cooler kits on here that we installed and wired as well. It's got basically the full suite of SPL suspension arms. That includes the subframe bushings as well, hiding up in here. Sway bar end links, camber arms, tow arms with the spring bucket, you name it, it's got it. Little Nismo brake line peeking through back here. These are the Big Dog Drive Shaft Shop 1400 horsepower axles we put in for him, and they're connected to a diff we rebuilt. We installed a wave track limited slip in here and used SPL bushings in the diff as well. Braking duty, we installed some Z1 two-piece rotors and Hawk HPS pads along with those Nismo brake lines. Up inside the gearbox here we have an ATS triple plate carbon disc clutch and some solid shifter bushings hiding up in there as well. It's a good look at those fast intentions downpipes, and he's running open wastegate dumps on this one. Big old fast intentions intercooler from the kit shining through the Stillen front bumper. Underneath we've got a Z-Speed lower panel. Front suspension uses a Hotchkiss sway bar with SPL end links, and then we installed SPL bushings in these front lower control arms. They're tough to see, but they're big spherical bearings, way sturdier than the mushy rubber stuff that comes in them. Also notice that Stillen brake duct kit, and we had to modify that to work around the turbo kit in the aftermarket bumper. So John's car really does handle incredibly with all the SPL stuff on it. It's rock solid. So, you know, as far as like a super comfy street car, this thing still feels pretty good, but you can tell that it's got solid bushings everywhere. And in my opinion, that's a good thing. It really does pull crazy strong too. It's like mild-mannered when you're off boost, which is really only up until about 2,500 RPM, and then it feels like a really big engine, which is something that I've always really appreciated about these Fast Intentions turbo kits. Even the Stage 2, the Stage 1 is great street car setup for sure, like if you're planning on making, you know, low power, 500 horsepower or less. And the Stage 2 kit really impresses me as well with how early the boost comes on, for sure. The automatic throttle blip in these things is actually pretty good once you get used to it. When I first experienced it, I thought it was kind of gimmicky, but if you know to anticipate it and get used to it, it's pretty helpful, especially for just cruising around, like not on a racetrack. Another thing I really like about this car is how quiet it is with the 2.5 inch Fast Intentions exhaust. Until these wastegates open up, it's very civilized sounding. So out on the back roads, you really only need this thing to be in low boost, which is where I've been driving it. And it's still plenty of power. Even with these big tires on it, it obviously, being only two-wheel drive, can lose traction pretty quick. Overall, John's 370Z is a pleasure to drive. Seriously, this thing is got all the right parts in all the right places, which I like to say about a lot of the cars we put together, but this one really hits it just right. Well, that's all we've got for you on John's 370Z Nismo. Pretty awesome car overall. I'm very happy with how it turned out, and I'm sure he will be as well. If you're interested in having a car like this built, send us a message, email, phone call, whatever you'd like. Just get a hold of us and we'll help you through it. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.